Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, GG Sports here, bringing you guys a special little bonus video on the channel. So, for my channel, I usually just upload game previews and recaps of each Browns game. But since the Browns are doing so well this season, and since they're in playoff talk for the first time in years at the end of December, I thought I would do a little bonus video kind of talking about the Browns' playoff chances and what needs to happen in order for the Browns to get in. So, things got very interesting last night when the Pittsburgh Steelers lost to the Cincinnati Bengals on prime time Monday Night Football. I was not expecting that one bit. I didn't give the Bengals any chance to win that game. I wasn't even going to watch the game, but all of a sudden I just happened to turn it on, and I kind of saw how bad the Steelers were doing, and I was like, wow, Steelers might lose this game, and they ended up losing the game. I watched the whole game, basically. It was absolutely incredible for a Browns fan. Sorry, Steelers fans. But so this loss by the Steelers gives the Browns still hope to not just make the playoffs, but also possibly win the division. And that's hard to believe. It's pretty crazy, but it is realistic, and it could very well happen. In order for the Browns to win the division, Browns need to win their remaining two games, so they need to win out. They got the New York Jets coming up this weekend, which is a very winnable game. Obviously, the Jets are 1-13, even though they won their first game last week. Still not a good team. And then they play Pittsburgh final game, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. So yeah, they need to win those two games. And the Steelers would need to lose their last two games. The Steelers have the Colts coming up on Sunday, which I think they could lose that game if they keep playing the way they're playing. Um, and then they would need to lose, obviously, the last game versus the Browns, which would be a game in Cleveland. Um, so it could come down to the Browns versus the Steelers, Week 17. Winner takes the division. That could very well be the case if the Browns beat the Jets this Sunday and if the Steelers lose to the Colts this Sunday. That could be the scenario, and that would be absolutely amazing. It'd be a lot of pressure on the Browns, that's for sure, but a chance to win the division, the last game of the season against Pittsburgh in Cleveland, it would just be an absolute thriller. And I think it could happen if the Steelers keep playing the way they're playing, which is they're just playing very rusty on offense. Big Ben's just looking bad. They can't run the ball at all. They got no run game, and then their defense is not looking as great as they have been. I think if they keep playing that way, we could see this happen. However, the Browns need to obviously take care of business first. We can't really get too ahead of ourselves, but it is really fun to talk about the playoff chances. But the Browns got to take care of business. This is a must-win game for them. Sunday against the Jets. They got to win this game in order to remain in the playoff conversation. So yeah, huge game. I hope Kevin Stefanski's got the Browns ready for this because these last 2 weeks of the season are going to be absolutely crazy. But there's also probably, I guess, a better chance that the Browns make a wild card spot. And the way that can happen is I actually have it up here on my phone. I have pulled up on my phone here. There's actually multiple ways this could happen for the Browns to clinch a playoff spot. So all of them involve the Browns winning Sunday against the Jets. But so the Browns can make the playoffs for the first time in years if these situations happen. If the Browns win plus the Ravens lose or they tie. That's case number one. Case number two is if Browns win and then Miami loses or ties. Um, Case three, Browns win, Colts lose or tie. Actually, no, it doesn't say or tie for that one. And then number four, the Browns tie the game against the Jets plus a Baltimore loss. And case number five is the Browns tie the game against the Jets and then Miami loses. So that's five scenarios right there that could play out. I think the most likely one probably happening is maybe like Indianapolis loses to the Steelers. Maybe the Steelers, bounce back after these three straight losses and beat the Colts. I mean, which would be fine. I mean, I'll take a playoff spot. It would be really cool to win the division, but as long as we clinch a playoff spot, that's all I want. That's all I want this season. That's all anybody wants this season, just to get in the playoffs. Well, I think, yeah, the most likely scenario I think maybe is probably what I just said, or Miami loses because I think Miami plays Las Vegas on Saturday Night Football. The Raiders are struggling, so I think the Dolphins are probably going to win, but the Raiders are still, I think, a pretty good team. So they could pull off the upset, and I think it's a home game for the Raiders. So I think all Browns fans need to be Raiders fans on Saturday night here. So yeah, if the Browns win Sunday, and then if Miami loses, or Indianapolis loses, or the Ravens lose, we get in. Um, and then if the Steelers do win against the Colts, we can't win the division, but still, it would still be a great thing. We just want to clinch a playoff spot. I think it can definitely happen, but I don't want to give too high hopes for Browns fans because there is a decent chance, small chance, but like decent chance the Browns could finish 11-5 and still not make the playoffs, which would be heartbreaking. I would still be satisfied though, because if you go 11-5 and don't make the playoffs, like that's just not your fault. I mean, that's just bad luck right there. It's just nothing you can really do about it. It's just bad circumstances. I would take 11-5 and not make the playoffs. I would count that as a winning season, a good season. Obviously, I would want to make the playoffs really bad, as does every other Browns fan. But still, I would take it. Um, But yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine though. Jeez, I just can't picture the Browns playing for the division against Pittsburgh week 17. I mean, that would just be absolutely incredible. And unfortunately, if it comes down to that, obviously, Browns can't have full capacity fan attendance, so it wouldn't be as enjoyable for fans and for the Browns. They would love to have a full stadium full of fans for that game. But I mean, that would just be absolutely incredible to see, if the Browns playing the Steelers for the division. I mean, nobody would have ever imagined that possibly happening this season. A lot of people didn't even pick the Browns to make the playoffs, and they're looking like they're gonna make the playoffs. Like I think they will. Um, yes, there's still a chance they won't, but there's also a good chance they will. I think one of these teams has got to trip up here in these next few weeks, whether it's going to be Baltimore, Miami, or Indianapolis. One of these teams got to lose. I mean, come on. But I just really like the way the Browns are playing right now. Got a lot of confidence on the offensive side of the ball, which I think is huge because it kind of makes up for how our defense is playing, which they're not playing too well overall. They got injuries, just they just don't have the guys yet on defense. Definitely got to focus on that for next season. But I think the Browns have a good chance of making the playoffs, and it's super exciting. I've never been as excited about the Browns as I have this season, and I was so excited to see the Steelers lose last night. Nobody was expecting that. Pittsburgh's just playing bad football, and it's at a good timing for us. It's good timing for us because we're starting to play our best football. So yeah, a lot's gonna come down to the wire here. A lot's gonna happen this weekend. And I'll keep you guys updated on what happens. Probably in one of my next videos here. I'll do my game preview for the Jets game in a day or so here. I usually upload my game previews on Fridays, but since it's Christmas on Friday, I might do it earlier, maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, and then of course my game recap after the Browns game Sunday. I'm thinking we're gonna win, so I got a good feeling about it. I just really like the way this team's playing, and I think Kevin Stefanski is going to win Coach of the Year. Especially if the Browns somehow win the division here, that'd be awesome. But yeah, this is just a little short, fun video for you guys. It's kind of like a little bonus video. I thought it'd just be fun to kind of talk about Browns playoff chances and to keep you guys in the loop, so you know kind of what's going on in this crazy historical season for the Browns. It's just great time to be a Browns fan, and it's just really exciting to see them having success. And I can't wait for what the future holds for the Browns too. So yeah, with that being said, that's all I got for this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.